Welcome back, bitches. I'm so excited for the second episode. It's gonna be a little bit of a tough episode or whatever, but I'm excited. Sorry, that's me opening an energy drink because today was rough. I'm not even gonna lie. Today was like I thought it was gonna be a better day than it was, but right when I woke up, I was like, yeah, that's not really gonna happen, is it? But today we're gonna be talking about, weight loss and like dieting and like, body transformation and all that kind of stuff too. So I did want to give a little bit of a heads up, I will be mentioning some things that could be a little triggering for people or making, people feel a little bit uncomfortable and like kind of like, realization or whatever. I don't know. I know sometimes when I hear some things I'm like, damn. So I just wanted to put that out there. All right, so let's get right into it. I've been on a weight loss journey for about what year are we? 2023. For a solid, I would say maybe since 2018 when I switched from one of my jobs into like retail world. Ever since then, I met a friend and she recommended a gym. I was going to the gym before that, but not super consistently. She introduced me to a gym or whatever. I loved it, found love, and I was like, bet, like this is my fucking shit. Like we're getting into it. We're doing this shit. Like let's go. So I got really into the gym then. I lost 40 pounds. I was at 220 something, and I dropped down to 180, which was my goal weight. And let me make sure that's 40 pounds before I start. Like, I'm almost positive I was like 223 to be honest with you. Yeah. So it was like 40 pounds, 40 plus pounds. 180 was my goal weight. I don't know why I chose that number. I think I was trying to do something like realistic. And even then too, when I was 220 something pounds, I think I was just setting myself goals to get to my goal, if that makes sense. So like mini goals. So I was like, okay, like I want to lose 5 pounds between da 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 and da da da, right? And between eating and whatnot, that's kind of how I lost like the majority of my weight. I was also like, running at the gym a lot and doing like full body workouts. Not knowing exactly what I was doing, but I was staying pretty consistent. I had like a whole routine. I would wake up 7 in the morning, go to the gym, go to work, come home, be in bed like pretty early, wake up, go to the gym, that kind of stuff too. I also had like a 45 like minute commute too at the time from where I was currently living, which is where I lost the majority of my weight. And I was also pescatarian and vegetarian. Never vegan. Vegan's definitely like a lot. But I respect like all decisions or whatever. But I was mostly pescatarian and then vegetarian, and that really was how I lost the majority of my weight. My stomach was super clean, my gut was clean. TMI, but bathroom breaks were nice and clean and everything. So that's how I lost all my weight. I had like I was pretty happy with like the way that my stomach looked when I was at my smallest, which was 180 pounds. And I was just like my happiest too. So then I moved back in with my parents and everything literally just like shit the bed. Not because of my parents or anything like that, but just like moving back home, that was like my turning point for me. And I kind of like retracted and it was just downhill from there. So in the year of 2021, yeah, in the year of 2021, I started a new job in when was this? In July. Yeah, either July or August. I think it was July. We're gonna say July. In July, and so I started a new job. I was a store manager for a retail company, and I loved it. I was like, this is great, like this is good or whatever. I was like, cool, like I can make my own schedule to have like a set routine to go to the gym and like meal prep and be consistent and whatnot. I'm gonna be living with my family too, so I'm gonna save so much money. It's gonna be good. No, I don't know who the fuck I was fooling, but it was myself. So that was my mentality when, I got the job. I was like, okay, this is like my time to like be consistent and everything. And then I moved back to my parents' house in December, so I had like a little bit of span time, to kind of like really plan everything out and whatever. Get some money saved up. So that didn't happen. It just became more of like a convenience for me that I was living with my um parents and I didn't have to go grocery shopping because there was always food at the house. They have like their food that they're always cooking or whatever. Like my mom's like a really good cook. So there was just always food. So I couldn't be vegetarian because my mom would be making food and I'd be like, oh my god, like I really want that shit. So yeah, that didn't happen. So yeah, so food was very convenient for me. So I wasn't meal prepping. I wasn't doing the whole vegetarian thing anymore. I quit. I think like maybe a month in after me being home because I was just eating mostly like carbs and snacks and it wasn't like actual vegetables and stuff. When I was back with my cousins, I was cooking like tofu and I was cooking like sweet potatoes and cauliflower, broccoli. I was having cucumbers for a snack. Like I was a fucking skinny legend, okay? And I moved back home and it was like, nope, I'm having empanadas, pupusas, like rice, beans, chicken steak. Yeah, it was just not happening. So and then slowly over time too, I started getting more involved at work and I was taking on challenges that I thought I was gonna be like, super ready for, but I like a good challenge. I want to push myself. I want to, be good at what I do and whatnot. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, like let me do it. So that challenge ended up being 2 stores at once. Okay. And that was within me not even being, a year into my new job, so I was still learning as well. But I was like, let me go test it out. Like, how hard can it be? Like, I fully staffed my store. Like, let me try and do this with this another store or whatever. Um, the problem with that was that it was a good hour away. It was like a lot busier too, and it ended up just being like way harder than what I expected it to be. I really had no idea what the fuck I was getting myself into until I was like deep in there and I was like, holy shit, like I hate my fucking life right now. Like my life is so fucking hard right now. So I really didn't have to. I was too tired to one, go to the gym after, too tired to cook when I would get home, too tired to like do anything. Because if you think about it, if it's an hour there, I work an 8-hour shift, busting my ass too, okay? And I'm not just like, chilling, doing whatever or anything, like looking good for 8 hours. No, I'm like legit sweating my fucking ass off, like trying to get shit together. And then driving home an hour, that's a 10-hour day already. And then like to go to the gym for like an hour, hour and a half was like also a lot too. So I was really struggling mentally because I just felt mentally exhausted, physically exhausted, and then just like I was letting myself down too. Um, so a couple months go by, I'm finally free of that job, and I'm just back to my own store. But in the meantime, I was like stress eating a lot too. I was just having like mall food all the time because I was like, I don't have time to cook. I don't like if I do cook, it's like a fucking peanut butter jelly sandwich. I don't want that shit. I want something good. So I was eating mall food all the time. And then I gained some pounds there. And then I'm back in my store, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get back into like a routine or whatever, and like I do a little bit, but I'm not really staying consistent with it, which is really my hard part. So I'm still gaining a little bit of weight and whatnot. So couple months go by and then I'm back to doing 2 stores again. This time I thought it was gonna be easier because the other store was only 15-20 minutes from me, which I really don't think is like a far drive at all. And I'm like, oh, it's simple. Like I know the people there. There's still like a little bit of a staff. Like it's nothing too crazy like how the other one was, and it's closer, so I can bounce back from one store to another if I need to or whatever. And that ended up just being more stressful too because, well, not more stressful. It ended up being stressful, not as stressful as the first time that I did 2 stores, but stressful in the way that it was holiday season and the traffic was a lot busier um than how it was previous. So it was equal to like hard work, like we're the store is understaffed. I'm trying to train people in both stores too, and like not let other people down too, and like not let them feel overwhelmed with the workload or whatever, because you know the job is a good job and like it is fun for me personally, like I love my job, but there are times where it like does get hard, and you're talking to people every single day, so you're like, you know, socially like just exhausted from talking to people and seeing people every day. And you know, people do get needy during the holidays, like I need this, you know, they come in with a list and like all these things that just come into a factor where it's like, holy fuck, like people need to get away from me for a second, holy shit. And my phone's blowing up from two stores, so even when I wasn't at work, I was still working because I had people blowing on my phone like da 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 da, you know, that kind of stuff too. So I ended up getting, you know, very stressed out there too. And I'm an emotional eater, which is my biggest problem. Like any emotion that I feel, I want to eat. If I'm stressed, I want to eat. And I do feel better after I eat. So you know, it's kind of like my coping mechanism. If I'm happy and excited and I want to go celebrate, like fuck yeah, let's go to a restaurant, let's go get some drinks, let's go get some food, you know what I mean? Like food for me has always been an emotional support system, whether I'm feeling sad, happy, lonely, whatnot. Um so yeah, so I stressed ate then too. So within like a year or so, I gained like all that weight back, that I originally lost, which is kind of where I'm at now. You know, I'm struggling like a lot mentally because I'm like, holy fuck, like how the fuck did you let that happen? Like you were so close, you were right there. I did hit my goal, and like I lost all that weight, but like remembering how hard it was and like how much like hard work I put into that to just go back and like snap back to like my old habits, it's definitely like disappointing and like discouraging, but I also don't let it get too much into my head because I know that if I can do it once, I can do it again. But definitely like, you know, a lot harder. Um, it was definitely a lot harder the first time. I feel like now that I know what I have to do, like I feel like I can, you know, make a good game plan or whatever. But right now it's kind of just like the whole thing of getting into that habit and stuff. I've just this whole like last month and a half or so, um I lost my ID and debit card and everything, and my debit card got frauded and shit. So it's kind of just been like one thing after another where I feel like I can't catch a break to like do shit. Also, my car's been having a lot of trouble too. So it just feels like every time that I'm ready to like push forward or whatever, I kind of get like a little bit of a setback and stuff. So, but I definitely want to bounce back. I know I definitely want to start meal prepping again. I think what I want to do too this time is I want to do, because when I was vegetarian, I was doing cauliflower with what the heck was I doing? I was doing so much. I was posting pictures and like doing like streams with them all the time. I think I was doing cauliflower, maybe some rice, green beans, Brussels sprouts, something like that. I don't know, something like that. Sounds familiar. But I was a big cauliflower bitch, and I love cauliflower. Any type of cauliflower. And the reason why I like cauliflower a lot too is because my mom like loves cauliflower as well too. So she would put cauliflower in everything too. And I feel like ever since then, like it's just a banger. I don't know. There's so many things that you can do with cauliflower too. You can make buffalo cauliflower. You can make fucking pizza out of cauliflower now too. So yeah, I like cauliflower, but and I actually really like my vegetables too. Like I'm not a picky eater. I think vegetables taste good, you know, different cooks. I mean, cooked differently, and stuff too. So I don't know. I'm big on vegetables. So I feel like this time around, I'll be, you know, because I do want to keep some muscle that I've gained too. Because ever since I got my trainer, I have put on muscle and I can lift more and stuff. So I definitely want to keep that muscle. So my protein intake definitely has to be a lot better than when I was vegetarian. I was kind of more like slimming out and like cutting, but just staying like, at a plateau with my muscle. So, anyways, what I was saying was that I think what I want to do for my cutting is I want to do chicken. I don't know if I want to weigh it. I know people weigh like their foods and stuff, but I already have bad eating habits. So I feel like if I put that stress on me of weighing what I eat, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be harder too. I definitely want to try because I've never tried it. I've definitely counted my calories before, but weighing like how much I'm eating, I don't know. I don't know why. I just have like a bad feeling about it, but I do want to try it. So I might give that a try I mean, scale's not, crazy expensive or whatever. And like if I don't like it or if I find that it's not healthy for me or whatever, I'll just, get rid of it. So anyways, I want to do it's like my third time saying I want to do chicken. Okay, so I want to do chicken. For vegetables, I really do like sweet potatoes. I had a friend too say that he was doing chicken and sweet potatoes, and I forgot. I was like, I fucking love sweet potatoes. And they're so easy to cook too. You put fucking anything in the air fryer and that shit's done. So the containers that I have are like a 3-part container. There's like a big part and then 2 small parts that equal the big part. So I'll do the big part of the chicken, and then sweet potatoes, and then for my last thing, I want something. I don't think I want to do rice. I get over rice and like I don't really care for rice too, especially like after a couple days too. I don't know. I don't really care for rice too. I might just cause, but I feel like I'd rather have it just be, my veggies. So I might even fucking throw some cauliflower in there. Chop them up little small pieces or whatever and fuck it. And then for a snack, I'll just have maybe like a yogurt or something sweet. I'm gonna eat something sweet. And I think I think I can stay consistent with that too. Cause when I cook chicken, I just, I do it quick, a little bit of orange juice, some seasonings and whatnot, and boom, throw it in the air fryer. Same with my sweet potatoes and cauliflower too. So I like to keep things easy and simple. Cause meal prepping, I feel like can, take a tedious time, but when you have, I feel like I have like a self-diagnosed, disorder of eating or whatever, because I don't know what my issue is. I literally have to like contain myself to like not eat something and like really debate on my way home. Like, do I really want to go get this right now? Like, what are the effects of this? Like that are like I feel like that's so not healthy. So I like to keep meal prepping simple and easy so I don't overthink anything and I just kind of just do it. Fuck it. This is what I have and that's it. And then I think for breakfast, I want to get back into oatmeal. I really like oatmeal. I love the way that I do oatmeal. I think I just have to proportionize it better. And if not, then maybe just like some toast with an egg and like an avocado and like tomato slice and a mozzarella or something. But I'm known for like a big ass breakfast sandwich, so I gotta cut that out. But yeah, that's kind of like my plan. I don't know what I want to do for dinner. Something light too, because people say when you eat later at night, like it's definitely not good for you too. So I'm really big on self-reflection too, mind you. And I kind of wonder, I'm like, why do I eat so much? I look at everyone else. Everyone else has like proportions or like I hear what they eat in a day and I'm like, why, how? Like, how do you only eat this? And like, you're like, oh, look, I'm full. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that, bitch? I can't do that. I literally, if I see a whole pizza, I will eat up a whole pizza. Like, even when I'm full, you guys, like I just keep eating. Like I don't. And so I was like, what is my issue? And I was like, why am I like this? Why is it that like if I have like a full plate of food or whatever, um, I can't like not finish it. It's like engraved in my brain that I have to finish it. And like at restaurants too, like it was so hard for me at first to like ever have leftovers. I never had leftovers. And then I went to go visit a friend in Oklahoma and motherfucker had leftovers all the fucking time. Like, how the fuck do you do that? And so I was like, okay, well, like, I bet you he probably just, eats until he's full and then that's it. He doesn't keep going because he knows, like, that's just how you get big. That's how you expand your stomach or whatever. So I was like, well, that makes sense. So I started doing the whole leftover thing a little bit. So I was like, let me have some leftovers and then, save a little bit of money. There's your dinner. And then I was like I was saying, like big into self-reflection. I was thinking back, I was like, have I ever been like this? And I realized I'm Hispanic, right? I think this is just a theory. This is my theory of why leftovers were like never a thing for me. When I was younger, I remember always having to eat what was on my plate. If it's on my plate, like I have to eat it. The vegetables, I have to eat it. Like it's not an option, like da da da, right? And two, I remember being told like there really are kids that are starving out there and like people that are starving and like they would be so grateful to have the food that you have on your plate. Why are you throwing that away? Like, you know what I mean? That was kind of my mentality growing up. And I was like, that makes so much sense too now for the reason that I am. Like, it really is heartbreaking when like you throw away food knowing that there are people in the world that like don't have the privilege to throw away food. Like they really will eat, whatever is given to them because they have to, like they need to survive. They have to like live and whatever. So I think growing up like that, that really like stuck with me, and I think it just became like a habit for me to like always finish like what's on my plate, because there's people that are unfortunate and like can't you know have that privilege or whatever. So I think mentally too, that is what played into a factor of me always like finishing my plates, whether it was like a proportion for a family of fucking five, like just eat it, like that kind of stuff too. So know that like the way I feel so groggy sometimes is because I'm not eating, properly. I'm not eating food that's good for me and that like fuels my body, and I'm kind of just eating to eat. Um, which is another thing that I wanted to talk about. You know, I was talking to somebody and I asked them, I was like, what do you eat in a day? Like how do you stay like so lean and like, energized and cut or whatever? He was like, honestly, like I really don't like eating. And I was like, shut the fuck up right now. I was like, what do you mean you don't like eating? He was like, I don't know. Like for me, food, like I only think of it as like a fuel source. He's like, I only eat because like I have to. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how are people in this world thinking of it like that? I'm like, that like fascinates me because I really just eat food just because of any emotion that I have. But then there's people that eat only because like they have to, you know? So that was interesting to me too when I had that. I was like, that's like mind blowing to me. Like you truly only eat when you are hungry. I'm like, I eat just because I'm fucking bored, and I'm a fat bitch, and I know that there's Oreos upstairs and shit. So, but that's kind of the well, not really the mentality that I want, but that's kind of what I'm gonna go into thinking of it. Thinking when wow, holy fuck, that's kind of what I'm gonna go into my weight loss, re-journey again. Kind of only eating when I'm hungry because I need to eat, instead of only eating whenever like it's my lunchtime or like break time or just because I woke up or whatever. So I definitely want to get some fuel in the morning for me, but I gotta get into that habit of like only eating when I'm hungry and like not overeating and like proportionizing and stuff. But it's definitely gonna be hard, but I know I can do it. I've done it before. So that's kind of my goal, my plan. Um, and I'm thinking by this summer too, I can get back to that 180, right where I would need to be. Because then I have, a whole birthday weekend planned, and I'm trying to be fucking snatched. I got Beyonce in August. Like this summer, I want it to be my summer again, because last summer, because I was a huge bitch, I don't even think I went to the beach. I don't even think I went at all. And I love the beach. I have a little blue punch buggy convertible, and driving that bitch to the beach is just like one of my favorite things to do ever. And like me not doing that at all last summer because I was huge, and like I just let my self-consciousness, get the best of me. Like it sucks, and like I feel like I wasted like a summer. I live in New England. The summer is not here for long, and like I let that shit get to me. So I want to make that change for myself to be happy again and feel myself. So that's kind of my game plan and my goal, um, going into this, next like 4 months. But that's what I'm hoping for. That's kind of gonna wrap up this episode. I kind of want to get that off my chest and like vent a little bit, because I was honestly in bed all day. I got my note. So okay, let me tell you a little bit of my day, because how I started this off was I had a rough fucking day. So my day went like this. I woke up and my stomach did not feel good. It didn't feel good because my fat ass had fucking McDonald's last night and whatever my mom had cooked or whatever, right? So that was like a lot of fucking food that I didn't need. Like I wasn't that hungry. But the food was in front of me. I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? So I ate it all, and I woke up this morning. I was like, fuck, dude, like my stomach really hurts. Like it really hurts. So I got up. I had a training session with my trainer at 9. So I was up at 8. Went, got ready, got to my training session, did a workout, and then right after, usually I like to do an hour workout, but I had a nail appointment at 10. So right after my session, 9:30, got out, went to my nail appointment, got my nails done, and I was absolutely exhausted because I didn't eat before, because my stomach hurt, and I was like, I don't want to make it worse. So didn't eat, came home. I was so freaking tired. I came home, I threw some chicken tenders in the air fryer and a hash brown, And then I sat on the couch with my dog and I was like about to knock out. I was like, Coco, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed, Coco. So came downstairs, got in my bed, knocked the fuck out. You guys, I didn't wake up until like 5 o'clock, and I think that was like a 3 hour nap and shit too. And then my mom came home and she was like, "Oh, like you've been off or whatever." And then she gave me some. I don't know what the heck she made. It wasn't really like empanadas, but like it was or whatever. She would come up with her own inventions, but they're so good. And so she gave me two of those. Um, but my stomach was hurting. Like I really wasn't hungry. But like I ate it because she came down and she was like, "Here, eat this." And so I ate it. Um, and then I don't think I knocked out again, but I think I was just on TikTok for a good, 2 hours, just wasting my life away because I just wasn't in the mood to do anything. I've just been feeling sad because of how big I am right now. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like when like you're having struggles like with your weight and your self appearance and like just being confident, like it really does like take the biggest toll on you. Um, and you just don't want to do anything. You don't want anyone to see you. You don't want to talk to anybody. You don't want to go out. I don't want to do anything. I just wanted to lay in bed all day. And just kind of like I don't know, like mourn the loss of my skinniness. um, and so yeah, I don't know. That was kind of my day today, and then I was like, I started a podcast. Like, why don't I go talk about this? Like, let me go vent a little bit, make myself feel a little bit. I'm literally getting tearied. I was like, let me go vent a little bit about this, get this shit off my chest, maybe make myself feel better, and I kind of do feel better now. So if you're listening to this, thank you. Um, I don't expect people to listen to this. I just like doing shit for fun. And this is fun to me. Like, yeah, I my handwriting sucks. So if I could write on a little journal, a little diary notepad, that would be great. But I don't know. I feel like this is easier. Getting a little chat in and just getting my emotions out. Whew. But life gets better. It really is a roller coaster. Okay. I know that some of my weight has been muscle because I have, gone up in weight at the gym, but my appearance physically, it's been hard. So I'm trying to, stay positive about everything, but it really is hard too, especially when you have so many trips planned and like people are going to see you out like this. And like people also want to know what you're wearing because like you swear you're a fashion icon. But whatever. Whatever. I'll just be a big bitch. I will be a big bitch. Until I'm ready to fucking change my shit around and get it together. So anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, if anyone's relating to this, like I'm here with you. I totally get it. Like losing weight is so hard. Eating right is so hard. But it definitely can be done. You just really have to push through like the hard times. Like today was like a really fucking hard time for me. And like I've just been having a shit week already, but just gotta get through it. Gotta get through this week and just keep going. And when I'm ready, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna snap back and I'm gonna have a good fucking time. A good fucking time. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. I appreciate you guys all too. If you did stop by, thank you again. I know this one was a little harder for me to talk about, but I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I got it off my chest. I feel like I needed to feel free a little bit. My day feels better even though it's late. But yeah, okay. Bye everybody. Have a good rest of your week, month, whatever you're doing. Bye.